which should be going right now. Good. So for those of you that do not know, my name is Dean Messick. I serve as the membership/events coordinator here at CEO Global. And tentatively, I am the interim executive director until we find one around probably December, but we'll have a new director. So in the meantime, I am your main point of contact for all things CEO. And I am joined today with both Cherie Higgs and Alina Ladwig. Cherie will be monitoring the chat, answering any questions you may have, and Alina will be doing a brief presentation on the Leadership Council. So if you all want to introduce yourself, now would be a good time.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cherie Higgs. I am at the meeting from Chico, California, representing Chico State University, and we're so excited to have you all here today.
Thank you. Yep. And Alina.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining today. I'm from Grand Valley State University. And yeah, representing that chapter.
Great. So as you may be aware, I'm going to share my screen right now. CEO has gone through a bit of a redesign when it comes to our website. So the old one was very outdated, and it's been the project during the summer where we went in and updated a lot of new features to the website. So I figured we'll tackle that first. So in the past, it used to be everybody would have a school account. It would be like CEO at USF or CEO at UT. Those are no longer the school accounts. So going forward, all faculty advisors will just log in using their email and password, and they will have access to the account. So very simply on the top left, you'll be able to say log in, and you'll be able to log into your account. Now, one of the things that have changed is if this is the first time logging in to the new website, you're going to have to reset your password. So definitely do that. But a new feature to the website is you can now give management access to anybody that's in the chapter, or anybody that signs up. So for example, let's say you have a chapter president that manages the members. You now can go and add them as management access, which I will show you. So, but first, before I show you that, how do we get new students logged in and creating their account on the website? This is something I've been asked a few times already, and so I'll kind of get to that now. So we used to have those links, like I told you. So it'd be www.c-o.org/insert your school name. Those are no longer the way we sign up students. Very simply, what they'll do is they'll go to our homepage and they'll click join. That will prompt them to create an account. So once they create their account, they will be able to enter their name and their email address, which will then create their account. But then on the next page, they'll be able to search for their university. So they'll be able to, in Cherie's instance, look up CSU Chico, enter it, it'll be already in the system, and then they'll be attached to the campus. Now, the one question I had from our faculty is, okay, what if somebody just says they signed up on my university, but they don't belong to it? You will get a notification if you have management access to see who signs up for your account. So if, I sign up under Alina's campus, it'll recognize my email address, say, hey, you need approval for it to get in. If they register using their university specific email, they'll automatically be added to the account. And so before I show you more in depth on that, we do have two new features as well. Their faculty advisors are the default primary contact and billing contact. So in our old system, it used to be only the faculty advisors were sent the invoices. Now, if you have a specific person on your university, or let's say the chapter president or the chapter handles it, you can assign them as the billing contact so they receive the invoice. And how you can do that is a number of ways. You can do that in your account, or simply you can email Sonia Begum, who is our chapter record organizer, to say, hey, this is the new contact information of the billing contact, and she will update the accounts accordingly. And for all those that are here now, don't worry, the presentation is also going to be sent out as well. So you have all this information. Don't worry. So I am going to walk you through the new site. So if you all can see this right now, just give me like a head nod if you can see the CEO homepage. Correct. Awesome. So I am actually now logged in as University of Tampa. So once you're logged in, this is what you will see on the site. So for new, this is for a faculty advisor for University of Tampa. You will be able to log in and you will be able to see when your university joined the as CEO right there and when your dues are going to be due. And now you can also go to your events. So anything you registered for will show up here. Any of the account history billing will be here as well. An additional thing that I got asked was, and it's a good question, let's say I give management access to a student. How will they be able to see my cards or account information? They will not. They will only be able to manage the people and any of the sort of company information, which would be the school address as well. And you can give management access to multiple people. So it's not just, I can only give it to one chapter president. Let's say I have a student on campus that manages the members. I can also give them management access. And they can simply export all the contact information, email the members. And if they're a billing contact, they'll be able to see the invoice on their campus. Stacy, you can drop your question in the chat and Cherie can answer it. And then I'll also do questions at the end, but thank you. Just so we don't interrupt the flow. Perfect. So then going from there, we now have an events tab. Currently, right now, we have just the global conference basically populated. One of the things that we are changing about this semester is if your university is hosting a virtual event, so Zoom link through Teams or whatever system you use to host it, and you would like to open that up to the larger network, you can now submit a form that will put it on the global calendar. So if you want to show off, like, for example, I think it was Bryant University had the founder of Mike's Hard Lemonade. That's an awesome speaker to be able to share with a larger network. So we're really going to be sort of populating this with other chapter events that are virtual to the network. The only caveat is, fill out the form. It'll be standard to, date, time, what's the event, and it has to be open to everybody in the network. And then going forward, another thing that we are trying to implement is a specific calendar for your chapter. So let's say I have events at University of Tampa, which is where we are located. I can go in and create events on here and have it to be only available and seen by students that are at the University of Tampa. So that'll be a new feature that's going to be added as well. Let me go back to our presentation. Awesome. Okay, and Stacey, I see your question right here. I'll answer it now. So I have one student hung in petting mode and one that got an error when I tried to delete. How can I help with these student roster issues? If you have, there's a couple, for example, I said, there's things that have been popping up on our website, little bugs here and there because it is brand new. So if something like that has happened, I might have to go into the back end and change it and contact the new management system. But if you give me the names of the students or email Sonia, we should be able to get that resolved. Right. Yeah. So like I said, we're adding virtual events to our network before the form gets up. If you would like to highlight your event on the SHIO National Headquarters, you can email me, which my email is right there on the slide. And then additionally, we added a new resource that is free for all students as a part of the redesign. Some of you may be familiar with Canoe, but if not, Canoe simply is an e-commerce storefront that students can create and start selling their own ventures through the campus. Their own storefront and start creating their own store, selling it. They do a couple of competitions as well, but this is a great e-commerce platform for students that are just starting off their business. It could be something from, I do crochets, custom crochets, or I do, graphic design. Anything can be on there, obviously, within reason, but it's a great new system. You have to be approved by Canoe to be on there. So if your school is not a part of the system already, it's very simply you fill out a form, they approve you right away, but that way, we can get more campuses on the platform. And then finally, as part of our new features, directories have now been added. So if you are a faculty advisor or a chapter president, you can now view the directories on our website and contact them, and there'll be only their name and email address available. So let's say I want to contact a campus that's nearby. I can go in the directory, I can search, and I can say, hey, let's collaborate on an event. Or, hey, I want to reach out to this faculty advisor and see if we can do something together. Now, if you would like to be taken off the directory, you can email us and we'll remove you. Simple as that. But this is a great way for us to really bring the connectivity to our network. Next. So this year we are hosting our 40th annual global conference in Tampa, titled From Classroom to Boardroom. That'll be November 2nd through the 4th, the 23rd, 2023. Just some housekeeping notes when it comes to the global conference. First, Tampa, we're fine here. I know we just had a hurricane come through, but we actually talked to the property. Things are they're pretty good over there. They're on the water, but I think there's a little bit of light damage to the property, but everything should be good to go for the November. So early bird pricing for the conference ends October 1st. So the early bird for students is $322 and faculty is $439. Now, the caveat is if you are doing a bulk order in advance and you can't process it until after October 1st, email me with the previous email on the slide and we can do a bulk invoice for you. So let's say you have 15 students that are attending, but you do not know the names and you can't get funding until October 15th. Simply email us. We will send you an invoice and it will get you locked in at that early bird rate. So I encourage you all to do that before October 1st, to email me if you're going to send multiple students so we can get you in that rate. We will be hosting it at the Grand Hyatt in Tampa Bay. Beautiful property on the water. Actually some walking trails by the bay as well. Really close to the airport and about a 10-minute drive from downtown. So right from the airport to downtown, it's a great location. And for the pricing for the hotel, you'll see that the double beds are $219 for the rate, and king beds are $209. And you're probably wondering why is the king cheaper than the double? And that is because we have a limited number of double bed slots that are in our allotment. And so we are trying to encourage the king rates for those that can do it. So faculty advisors, we encourage you. Anybody else that has the king, you can do a king room. Definitely we're encouraging those more so than the double beds. So there's more room for our students for it. And this information is also on our website, which I will share. Now, the global pitch competition. Applications are open now and they close October 25th. So we do automatic submissions. If you are a university chapter of CO, which all of you on this call are, if you hosted a in-person pitch competition from past conference to now, so anytime between November of 2022 to September 25th, the winner of that competition can automatically be entered into our top 100. So there's a simple form you can fill out. You fill it out, they get their spot. Even if you're hosting a competition that's, say, Monday, September 24th, or sorry, Friday, September 23rd, and it's really close to deadline, but you don't have the winner yet, or it's on September 25th, you can still fill out the form, and then we will contact you to make sure we get that winner into the top 100. I encourage all of our chapters to take advantage of it because our competition is open to not just CO students, it's open to any college student throughout the US. Then we will announce the top 100 on September 29th, and they will do 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks of building out their pitch page. In prior years, we did a 4-week virtual component, but we found from feedback of students is they could have done it in 2 weeks. So the hope here is that by pushing the deadline back to September 25th, we'll get more students applying for the competition and condense the virtual component. as well. And then in October 24th, we announce our top 25. Now the top 25 will pitch live at the conference on Saturday, November 4th. So it'll be one full day of the pitch competition and the awards. We ask everybody that's in the top 100 to make plans as if they're attending the conference. So even if they are not in the top 25, there is programming for them at the conference. We're going to do a showcase with anybody in the top 100 where they can show off their venture. There'll be a room for everybody to sort of put their venture out there. They can have people come in, showcase what they've been doing, and really have a chance to connect and meet with other people in our network. And if you would like to apply, the link is here. And like I said, the PowerPoint will be sent out to everyone following the meeting. Yeah, just a bit redundant there. Now, finally, before I go back to the website, we do have conference marketing for all of our university campuses. If you would like to market the conference, the pitch competition, go to the link provided right here, and you will have downloadable PDFs, PNGs, text for emails. So let's say you want to email your students on campuses. All that is there free for use to help promote and the opportunity for your students. Now, I'll walk you through the global conference a bit more. So this year we are using Sched as our conference app. So I encourage every student and faculty that once they know their ticket and they're coming to download the application. So you'll be able to get live updates. It's available on iOS and Google Play. There we go. You'll be able to get live updates from us to the conference and be able to customize your schedule from there. Also on this link, you'll be able to purchase tickets, book your hotel, and apply for the pitch competition, as well as add it to your calendar. Now, Alina, do you want to step in and talk a little bit about the Leadership Council?
Yeah, definitely. So the council started last year as a way for students already in leadership positions to get involved with headquarters. And this council allows students on eBoards and their CEO chapter to be able to apply for council positions through the main CEO website. And we're also willing to open up new positions for depending on each student's interests and wherever help is needed. Now, the council assists in different aspects, such as the annual conference, so for vetting speakers, updating the CEO website, just assisting on little things like that. And then also being a speaker on topics for students, such as advisor and chapter president relations, or, how to market your chapter better, and any other events like that. So if anyone's interested, I'll be dropping my email in the chat and you can reach out to me for more questions.
And I will provide information on that in the PowerPoint as well for our students to apply if they would like to join the council. We do ask for that anybody that's interested in serving on the council, that they participate in chapter development at our conference. So the first day of the conference, it is pre-conference check-in, but we do chapter development, which is a panel of the Leadership Council and me being a host. And this year, one of our faculty has asked if they could be a host as well. So they will be doing that. But we talk about a variety of topics at the conference, from social media to alumni to faculty, chapter president relationships. And we really focus in on those personal stories that we have of really working in the university space, running a club, all of that. And before I sign off, I said it was a very quick meeting this year. The one thing I want to remind everybody is, I'm sharing my screen one last time because I remembered it now, is our resources. So every chapter member has access to all of our chapter guides, from flyers to event planning to election, to conference marketing, which I mentioned before, branding. You must be logged in order to access these guides. So if for some reason you are logged in and you cannot access it, please email Sonia, and like I said in an earlier slide, and she can give you access. There might be little bugs here and there still while we're working out some of the kinks of the website, but I'm open we'll now open the floor for any questions anybody may have right now.
Hey, hi, it's Tim from Minneapolis College of Art and Design.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Great. So we're new and we've got I've got a class of 10 and I think 9 of them have signed up and my boss has signed up, and we're trying to get our broader entrepreneurial program to get everybody else signed up. Do you have like a slide or something that kind of summarizes specifically to students, hey, why should you sign up and get involved? Obviously I've got sort of my sense of why CEO is worth it to a student, but I'm asking because it's like, as you can imagine, we've got students who are like, they're busy and they're whatever, and it's like yet another thing. And so how can I best incentivize students who aren't really aware to let that, like, hey, it's free, but here's really why you should sign up for CEO. We're going to try to use it in our classroom as much as possible, but help me out here. What do you recommend? Do you have a slide that I could use? Or
yeah, I have a flyer too, and there should be a presentation as well on my system that I can send to you.
Okay, great.
Definitely been checked out we have those guides as well, but what for example, why the council is very helpful is someone like Alina, who's been running her chapter for years of articulating to students, is she also has like a slide that says, here's why I should join CEO. So I recommend Alina, if you want to connect with Tim as well and see if you have what's something you have personally from what works at university, and then I can give you, Tim, what I have as well, if that works.
Cool. That'd be great. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then I see a question in the chat. Stacy, yes. See, this is why I love these meetings where we can get this feedback to everybody. We don't have any virtual components to the conference this year. So there's a question about whether or not we're going to bring the virtual elements. In years past, we did, but the level of involvement from the virtual standpoint outside of COVID year was not cost effective for us in terms of, how we are doing that in terms of doing a virtual component. We used to do marketplace simulation as well, but they're not doing that this year. So we're not doing the virtual component because we found students really didn't take advantage of it as well. And Nancy and Stacy, yes. So what I will do, because I see a lot of people that want that slide as well, once we finish the meeting and I wrap up and we get the recording, I will email this presentation along with the slide as well about all the benefits of CEO to everybody that attended the meeting. So awesome.
I just wanted to chime in and say to Nursat, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly, but there are competitions that we host on our campus that are open to all CEO chapters to participate in, such as pinch competitions, and all of that information will be listed on the virtual calendar that is housed on the CEO website for you guys to look up, see if you would like to participate, and we can get you in there.
Thank you, Sheree. And yeah, that's one of the things why we're changing that this year. In years past, we never had an opportunity for chapters and students to post their virtual events. So like I said, I want to be awesome to have this event calendar full of opportunities that are open to every student in our network. So like I said, if you have a virtual event that you would like to open to everybody, it could just be a regular meeting as well. I encourage you to fill out the form, which I will also send. We can get that approved and get it on the calendar. So, okay. And yep. And Alina, like I said, Alina is open to having any calls with anybody related to CEO as well. And I see another hand raised, so chime in if you'd like to. Greg.
Hi, am I coming in?
Yep.
Sure. So I am the president of the University of Connecticut chapter, and we've got a completely fresh board. And I was just curious, and I'm bringing this up on behalf of the other three of us, is how much leeway do we have with